Saturday, everyone. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Just gives the YouTube algorithm, whatever. I've heard people say it sounds good. Yeah, I have no idea what an algorithm does with YouTube. So, yeah, so a bit of a recap. What I've finished so far of my Spitfire build is the cockpit, or the seat anyway. Pretty happy with it. It's got a bit more detail now. I've got a bit more experience in this modelling paper. Yeah, just having a look at it. Sorry if it's a bit dark, it's starting to feel like in the window. I'll show you lights on at the moment. A waste of electricity. Yeah, so that's pretty happy with that. Then last night I did come back to my granddad's table and dad's modelling edge. Excuse me. I'll put together parts. Put together this section 15, 16. Yeah, this is quite difficult. I don't probably see it, but I just get a number of little parts off the roof where it's this section. What I've got on this one is 230. So it's difficult to see. Quite age wise. I'll put on this little part here. Tiny little part there. And this lever. So what I've done today on this part at least is I've painted the lever, so aluminium and black. Use a toothpick for that. So just a little toothpick or cocktail stick, wherever you're from. And then I have part G28, which I've had to put on a number of little parts. So this little part here, this other lever, there's a little part there that you can't see very well. And on that there's another tiny little part. So again, I've painted just the parts that need to be painted on this, which is again silver and black. It's not actually meant to be black, it's meant to be anthracite matte. What is anthracite? Anthracite and side colour. So it's a glossy black, glossy metallic black, but can also be grey. So yeah, I've done that. That's all right. So anyway, what I'm going to do for the next probably hour, I can't really do much with. I can't do section 17 or part 17 yet, or yeah, part 7. So I also have to put a decal on one of my bits. So I might just have a look at starting to do the fuselage. There's a bit of painting to do. So I'll obviously let all this dry. So just put a little tick there. So I have to put decal 23 onto this section. So this I have to wait for it to dry. Decal 23. Oh, let's go get my. I thought I'd lost my decals last night. I just fell off the table onto the floor, so now it's in a box. So decal 23 small little white one. So just here. Can't really see it. So yeah, I've decided the paint scheme I was going to do. I spoke to my brother-in-law about it, and he said it would be a very interesting scheme. And him being a pilot and him liking this aircraft, I decided I'd do it the way he likes. So let me just get this. We'll be doing the from number 601 Squadron, Royal Air Force in Fano, Italy in November 1944. It's going to be the bit plain, but more aluminium type with just a tiny little bit of camo on the nose. The other scheme, which I think is quite nice as well, I might do another Spitfire. This is the Royal Canadian Air Force with full camo on the wings and upper fuselage and nothing on the bottom. So yeah, so I'm doing this one. It appears to have clipped wings. I'm not sure if I want to do that, but if it calls for it, let's go to that section actually and have a look. It's a bit hard to tell. I'll do a bit of research on it and see if they have clip wings. But yeah, so far that's what I've done today and last night. I will get back into this build shortly and yeah, come back and let's see how it's going. So I'll talk to you then. Okay, welcome back. Just saw something on Facebook that a mate put up, and it makes me feel quite aged. It is when you realise the difference between 2021 and 1980 is the same as 1980 and 1939. Yeah, so it makes me feel very old. Some of you probably feel a hell of a lot older than that, but anyway. So, I have put together the cockpit, just had to tape it because it wasn't actually gluing very well together. The fit's not the greatest, but I'll leave the tape on for a little bit longer. As you can see down the bottom here, it hasn't really gone the way it should have, but now that, well, I might put a bit of super glue on that. I'll do that now. Super glue along the seam there. Push it together. Just hold it there for a couple of seconds for the super glue to dry. It's pretty quick drying this stuff. Sally's Fix and Go super glue. Bonds in seconds. Everyday repairs. Thanks, Sally's. Better turn this music down because I don't want to get in trouble, copyrighted. So yeah, so that's now bonded by the look of it. There we go. So it looks pretty ugly on the outside, but good thing is it's not visible when it's built because it goes inside the fuselage. But yeah, so that's your cockpit done. My cockpit done, not your cockpit. So I'll put that in there. Which I'll just do that side. Alright, so what I've done for the last probably 15-20 minutes is masked up the fuselage. So this part here is going to be aircraft, cockpit green. Just another little bit so I don't get too much overspray. Very icky day outside. Icky's an Australian word for pretty messed up, ugly, horrible. And that's the other part of the fuselage that needs to be done. I'll just do this bit here as well. So yeah, so I'm going to get that sprayed, let it dry, then I'm going to go and see my friend Beck at her bottle shop. Got to take her a snack, she says, so see if she's replied. No, she hasn't replied what sort of snack. So I'll take her something anyway. Then I'll go pop into my work and give Caelan a bit of a break. He's a good young kid, Caelan. Excuse me. Yeah, and drink a lot of water today. Yeah, so what I'm going to get done today is obviously paint the fuselage. This glue I'm not a fan of. Not a fan at all. So I'll give it another go. Oh, there you go. Shows you how to use it. Yeah, I'll give it another go. Probably won't buy anymore. But if it starts working for me, I'll use it. So I'll just put this over here. And so what I'm going to end up doing today is I'm going to do the painting of part 18, or section 8, or yeah, section 18. What's that one? Oh, she wants me to take her something good, so I might take her an apple. Yeah, so section 18 I need to put a decal on, and a number of other little bits and pieces. So I'll do probably today 18, 19 and 20. So that should take a little bit of time, also with me going out as well. So anyway, this is a fun build. I'm really enjoying this one actually. I hope you're all enjoying watching it. If you are and you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It will make me know that you are enjoying it. I just want to get as many subscribers as I can, just so they can get a bit of a laugh at what I do and have a bit of a understanding of mental health issues that that people suffer. As you all know, I'm very open about my mental health issues, and I'll continue being open about my mental health issues because it's not a taboo anymore. It's an everyday thing. The majority of people have got one type of mental health issue, be it depression, be it anxiety, you know, be it an addiction to anything. Most people here are addicted to YouTube. You know, addiction is a mental health issue also. So yeah, just always remember that. Never be ashamed to admit if you've got a mental health issue. Never be ashamed to seek help. So anyway, I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. Done quite a little bit in the last, oh shit, it's midday, last hour or so. These are tiny. This is a very, very tiny little bit of stuff I'm doing here. So normal size toothpick. Look at this. These parts, I'm not sure if you can see them. This part there and that part there. Tiny. Absolutely tiny. Excuse me. And a really small little decal there. But yeah, tiny. And then we've got this little bit here. the part that hasn't been painted, because to fit this little tiny piece on here. This is bloody unbelievable, but this is a really, really enjoyable build. I'm really, really enjoying it. Yeah, so I'm sounding like I'm a nice person the way I'm talking, but I had a bit of a mess up just this side of the fuselage, unfortunately. But when I give it a prime with just a bit of grey, it won't be all that visible, so it's alright. But yes, everything's done. All I have to do now is put the tiny, tiny little bits on here. I do have this bit, which I'll put on now while I'm talking to you. This is the oxygen tanks for the pilot. So yeah, this music, I've got to turn it down again because it's probably a little bit loud. There we go. We don't want Mental as Anything getting it sad and wanting me to pay them money. So, the oxygen tanks, I'll just make sure you can see what I'm doing. So where are we? Should just take it back a bit. There we go. So you're about to see this now. So oxygen tanks go into these two holes here. So I use a bit of extra thin. Just a very nice big drop there. Very hard to put in, so I just go do this off camera. It's a song I can just hear on the back from Hunters and Collectors. It's called 1,000 Miles. YouTube, Royal Australian Navy 1,000 Miles. You'll see some really, really good footage to this song. There we go. So we've got the oxygen tanks in for the pilot. So now I just let that dry. I'm going to go to see my friend Beck, take her a snack. I'll come back and I'll continue on with part of with step 19. Let me just tick this off. I'm enjoying this going step by step. Tick that off. Tick that off. So yeah, so the next step, step 20, just have to put the other little piece on that I've got to put up in this little section here. Then put the wheel or the rear wheel on, which will be fun. And then put the actual cockpit together, not gluing the propeller shaft. So yeah, so put the cockpit and the fuselage together, and I think that will be the end of this episode. That'll either be tonight or tomorrow. I might be working tomorrow because Kaylin's not well, and it'll be another full 3-day weekend that I don't get, but that's okay. So anyway, yeah, once I've got this done, or once I've come back, I'll get back into it and show you the end result of this part of the fuselage. So, see you all soon. Oh no. Jesus Christ. Hello. Got nothing. There you go. Bloody good thing I like wine. That one was free. Alrighty, so what have I done? Been seen Beck. She's a good egg, really good girl, Beck. One of my best friends. Went and saw Caleb. He's alright. I just have to go into work for a couple of hours tomorrow. Then he'll come in a bit later. I just want him to have a bit of a sleep in. Big Bo's coming in earlier. Probably blown my wage budget this week, so it doesn't really matter. So, what I've done is I've put the cockpit inside the fuselage. It's not a great fit, to be honest. I've put a lot of super glue and it didn't hold it. But it's in. It's all that matters. So it should be right. Just looks a bit off, a bit crooked, but again, that's okay. So I've put the fuselage together, obviously with the tape around it, so it stays there, and then I'll be able to just chuck a bit more extra thin and maybe a bit of putty, just to, as you can see, it's a bit not a great fit. It doesn't join very well. Not a great join, I should say, not fit. Let's just see how this goes. Let's put my little hood on so I can see what I'm doing better. I'm not a big fan of using this. I haven't used it all that often. So if anyone has any ideas or suggestions on how to use it properly, I'd be highly appreciative. I might need a new toothpick. I wonder if you have to paint on it. There we go. So I need a little bit more. Let's cover that hole a bit. I'll cover the joint, I should say. There we go. And obviously I know I have to sand it. How long do I need it to dry for, etc, etc. There we go. Don't want to take up all the, or lose all the detail. I'll just leave that sit there for an hour or so to dry. And come back and sand it. I'll show you how that turns out for me. But again, it's a great build. I've been telling my dad, I spoke to my dad when I went out to Beck's store. It's a great build, it's a really enjoyable build. Like I said earlier on today, And he's really proud. He's very happy that, you know, taking up a hobby. I do have hobbies. Like one of my hobbies is surf photography. But I've sort of lost a bit of interest in that as well due to the fact I'm getting older. I'm not all that fit. I don't look good in a wetsuit anymore. That's pretty much the main reason. No, not really. Just that I'm not fit. So yeah, I'll put some of my photos up from my waves one day. Maybe after in this video, maybe. So I still got to put up photos of young Bentley, Mum's dog. So looking forward to him getting here. Actually, really am excited. All right, so it's 5:42 p.m. I'm going to. Okay, well, it's Sunday morning. I think it's Sunday. Hope it's Sunday, because if it's not, the shop didn't open yesterday. Huh? Oh, bought a beer and didn't even finish it. Oh dear. Yeah, so it's not very bright in here at the moment. It's very cloudy outside. It's really quite warm last night, so I didn't sleep that well, but I've got to go into work today to open the store, just because young Caleb's not 100%. So look after my crew, because they're a good bunch of people. So did a bit of work on the Spitfire last night. I've put the cockpit in. Not very happy with the fit, like I've said in another video. Yeah, it's a bit, yeah, oh, a bit better there, I suppose. I'm not going to blame the maker, or the person who's put it all together, because that would be silly. Did some puttying up and sanding. Yeah, the actual fit isn't great. So yeah, it's a top and bottom putty. Just a little bit more come off there. So I'm off to work in more time. Probably about 40 minutes. Just got to go and open, get set up for the day, and then Caleb will be in at about midday 1 o'clock, so it's all good. Then I'll come home, got some washing to do, got a lot of cleaning to do because I've been a bit lazy the last couple of weeks. But I will then get into part 23, which is putting the wings and landing gear parts together. So there's nothing on those, so that's okay, they can stay there. So the wings, so we'll just put these on, don't want to get my spectacles. So for the wings we need parts E64 and 63. Oh, so that's D59. A60. Oh, it's definitely A60. And that's definitely D59. There is no this is C54, which is what I need. I'm pretty sure they would fit. on top of that. I reckon they've got the numbers wrong. Anyway, so that's for a bit later on. And I also need I need to do a little bit of painting and sticky taping. So I need G58 and G57. Which I'd say these bits. Yep, so G58 and G57, the two round bits there. Also have to make a few little drill holes. So yeah, so anyway, the aircraft goes this way, or this way. Whatever way, I just hope it fits. I'll just cut this off the sprue. Just so I can see the fit. Well, everyone who's been on my channel and from the start knows of my relationship with my grandfather. 9 years ago today, I was sitting in a classroom at WA Police Academy when I had my phone in my pocket. It was on silent. I had it on vibrate. And all during a lesson, yeah, it seems to fit alright. It's going to need a bit of manipulation. But all during one of the lessons, I at about 15:30, so 3:30, my phone started vibrating constantly. I knew what it was. I didn't answer it. It was my mum ringing to let me know that my grandfather had passed away. So 9 years ago today, I lost my hero. Yeah, it's a great day. Like, it's a day that he was looking forward to because he just lost the will to live. It's a day that I wasn't looking forward to, but deep down was happy happened because I knew he didn't want to live any longer, and he held on long enough to spend a bit of time with me and when I moved back to the Northern Territory. So yeah, the world lost one of its true gentlemen. I lost my hero and my grandfather, and yeah, so anyone who has a beer tonight, please raise a glass for Leo Edward Barnden. And yeah, think of his sacrifices. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. No, I'm not. I'm going to have a coffee and watch Ron's video. Haven't watched it this morning yet. I've started watching it. But I will be back later and we'll talk then. See you. Alright, so here we are, Sunday afternoon. Back at my granddad, may he rest in peace, table and my dad's modelling bench and table. As I said this morning, it's the 9th anniversary of my granddad's passing today, so just gonna have a cheers to my granddad, the light beer. yeah, good old bloke, greatly missed. World War II veteran, my hero. Best grandfather a person could ask for. Pretty bloody good father too, according to my mum and my uncle and auntie. Yeah, so cheers to you, old fella. Hope you're having a great time wherever you are and running amok. You really are a scallywag, and that's just it. A massive scallywag. So cheers, big fella. Alright, so a plane that he would have seen while I was over in Europe during World War II was a Spitfire. So I've done a bit more work in the last hour or so. Yeah, just put the the wheelbase into the wings. Just glued with a bit of the old normal Tamir cement. I'm just going to run a bit of the extra thin around there, the quick drying, and I've painted them on the inside. The sky blue, it's a beautiful colour actually. And yes, I will say it again, and I'm sure Peter is going to give me a bit of a hard time again, but yeah, it's a striking colour. It's a striking blue, the sky blue here. So yeah, so called for on the inside of the upper side of the wing, and in the actual wheel bay itself. We have spots for the wheels if you want to have on the plane as flying, which I won't be. I also had to drill a few little holes into the wings. Don't have a drill. I did have, but I don't know where it's missing somewhere. So yeah, I've used the modelling knife for that. Had to put a new blade. So now all I have to do, my dinner tonight is going to be a prawn and asparagus stir fry. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So all I have to do now is glue and tape the two wings together, and just wait for it to dry, and then I'll end up putting on the fuselage onto the wings. And so I'm only at part 23. I still have until I go to finish another 50 steps to go. So I'm really loving it. It's a good build. Anyway, I've said that enough. I will come back in a minute once I've put all this together and show you that. Then I'll cook my dinner and watch some TV and go to bed. The doctor's appointment in the morning. Get my finger checked out. Swelling's gone down quite a bit, but it's still there. Still sore wrist. But yeah, so anyway, again, cheers to my granddad. And talk to you again soon. Okay, well here we are. Back at the table. Done a little bit more work. Bloody mess. What I'm going to do is after this video I'm going to clean. I'm going to clean my desk or my bench or table. I'm going to clean my kitchen. I'm just going to make this a bit more worker friendly worker. But before I do that, I'm going to put this video up and have a beer while I'm doing it. So, as you can see, I've completed the fuselage and the wings. I'm going to leave these as a crop wing for the F111. It's an F111. It'd be a very funny looking F111 for the Spitfire. Fit underneath was disgusting. It really didn't go well. I had to use a lot of tape and a lot of super glue to get it stuck in properly. I'm going to have to do a bit of putty on the actual wing area. I've lost the lid somewhere, probably in this mess or Revel. So yeah, it's taking shape. I've had a look at, done a bit of research. The actual aircraft that, or the only ones I can find photos of, didn't have just the nose part camo. So I'm going to do a camo, full camo on it, but have a silver wing or silver underneath. So I'll mask up all the way along that, and all the way along that. Mask over the rear landing gear, and yeah, and then yeah. So this should be done within probably the next week, fully completed. So hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I really am enjoying this build. Tonight I'll be watching Ron's and Peter's build. Definitely watching Peter's tonight because I'm really enjoying his QM build. So yeah, we'll get this one done. And like I said, I'll actually take a photo of this table when it's clean. And yeah, and this video I will put in some of my my photos from my trip down to Margaret River, and my video, just so Ron can see some Australian bird life. So yeah, so had a pretty emotional day yesterday due to my anniversary of my grandfather's passing. 9 years, it's been a long time, and I'll read what I put on Facebook. I wrote, oh, and here's a photo of me and Granddad. Not sure if you can see it, but I'll put that up there as well. But I wrote, 9 years ago today, I was sitting in a class at the WA Police Academy. My phone on vibrate. At about 15:30, the vibrate function started going constantly. It was Mum trying to ring me to tell me that you'd left. 9 years of thinking about and missing you daily. You were, and still are, my hero. You were my reason for joining the ADF, that's the Australian Defence Force. I still can't bring myself to listen to the CD of your story. I miss you, Grandad. You're the world's biggest scallywag. So, yeah, he did an interview with a lady about his time in the war and yeah, just his time. And I've listened to it before, and it's amazing, but I just can't bring myself to listen to it. You know, to hear his cheeky little laugh, and yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this this video, and I'll see you in the next series. Yo.